Hey everyone, my name is Aisha
I'm Sarah.
and we are Team Orange Wall. Sarah, you want to tell people about today's video?
Okay, so the as you guys, some of you might have figured out that Aisha and I are sisters, and a big point of contention in our household is usually that is our differing points of views on I can't even remember his full name now. Zaroon
Okay,
Hussain. No, that's Asher
that's
Hussain.
Ashar Hussain.
Zaroon Kashaf.
Zaroon Junaid.
Zaroon Junaid.
Or is it
Uh,
Kashaf Junaid?
it's
Zaroon
not
Junaid.
Kashaf Junaid. Kashaf.
Okay, Zaroon Junaid.
Zaroon Junaid, it says it says so right here.
Oh,
Got it.
Zaroon Junaid, yeah.
So Aisha, can you tell us how you feel about Zaroon?
Oh, I feel like this video is like so random and you've just put me on the spot. Like, what do you mean what I feel about Zaroon? What do I feel
Because
about the
I'll tell you.
character? Or do I feel, what do you want to know?
Okay, so I just want to know what you think of Zaroon because I actually went ahead and rewatched Zindagi Gulzar Hai. और जब मैंने फिर से पूरा शो देखा शुरू में आई वाज काफी इंडिफरेंट थी जारून के बारे में लेकिन मुझे ना एक चीज़ अंदर से खा रही थी कि दारून अच्छा बंदा नहीं है, ज़ारून अच्छा बंदा नहीं है एंड बिकॉज़ वी लव पाकिस्तानी ड्रामास एंड वी लव ड्रामास जिसमें मर्द सबसे अच्छा होता है, वो औरत को 2-3 चमाटे भी लगा दे तो ओह माय गॉड ही इज़ सो ड्रीमी। वो ना मुझे मुझे जनरली पाकिस्तानी ड्रामा से थोड़ा बहुत मसला है। बट
I know
मुझे
that.
ज़िंदगी
Now everyone knows
गुलज़ार
that.
है से सबसे बड़ा मसला ये था कि उन्होंने एक टिपिकल पाकिस्तानी ड्रामा का मर्द लिया और उसको एक फवाद खान के डिस्गाइज़ में डाल दिया, ताकि ऑडियंस फूल हो जाए, उनको लगे कि ओह वाओ! ये कितना कूल है, ज़ारून कैन डू नो रॉन्ग, ओह ज़ारून क्यूटी नो। So I actually
Okay,
went and did some research to back
okay,
myself up,
okay.
and I just want to know what you think of Zaroon because then I'll tell you what I think of Zaroon. So I'm team
Okay.
no Zaroon.
So when I watched the drama the first time around, okay, I loved Zaroon's character. Okay. I even liked his character even sometimes more than Kashaf's because I felt like Kashaf was being, she was just complaining a lot. Or was like her cheese when she was complaining. And Zaroon was, like at least like he was trying to be nice and all of that stuff. So when I first watched it, I really liked Zaroon. Okay.
Okay.
Then I watched the show कब आया था 14 में 15 में
तभी तो आया था.
14 14
Hmm.
2014 because 2012 and 13 was Humsafar. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I recently watched it again, recently matlab a couple of years ago, I could see that there were big giant problems with his character, but I wouldn't think or I wouldn't say that like I wouldn't say like Team Nozarun. I would say like he has good qualities and bad qualities. The bad qualities being that like in a very typical way, he had a
Hmm.
big problem. Like he was very judgmental
Hmm.
with his friends who were like agar wo and he had had relationships and stuff. So he was all okay, but then he wanted somebody who was like completely like untouched for as a wife. Okay. And then my
Hmm.
biggest problem with his character was that arc where he went and met Amara and didn't tell Kashif about it, knowing fully well how Kashif would be. And then he was kind of like gaslighting her into thinking that it's her problem that she's reacting this way. But what he did was inexcusable.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do also like certain things about his life, which about his personality, which were like, he was trying to build like a family which was not the same as he had seen his parents. Like, he had seen his parents being quite aloof, quite hands off, and he was trying to not have the same thing in his own house. And the way he was giving Sarah, his sister, some guidance, I thought like that was also
I didn't
quite
get any.
his sister, you're not his sister, Sarah. But
Coincidentally, and I don't know if this is verified or not, but Fawad's real life sister's name's also Sarah.
You know, she got married a few years ago, and there were like photos of her on social media. Wow, okay. I don't know that. I didn't know that, but I will check. And
Okay,
if we check it, we'll put it in the comments and pin it, okay?
okay.
Okay, got it. Now go ahead.
So,
What
did
do
you
you think of
also think
what did you think of
कि
Zaroon?
तो सबसे पहले तो ज़ारून एक इंतहाई बड़ा मिसोजिनिस्ट था,
Okay. हाँ,
बहुत बड़ा। क्योंकि उसके ना you could see it थोड़ा in the way he used to talk to his sister, the
okay.
way where what's her fiance's name? Farhan.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Why do I remember that? That's weird.
Yeah.
But you know, I come from a place where I'm not saying औरतें हमेशा ठीक होती हैं या मर्द हमेशा गलत होते हैं.
Hmm.
But the way he used to egg her on into saying, you know, why can't you listen to what he says? Like,
हाँ,
why don't you take orders from him?
हाँ.
He judged Kashaf post Shadi, one of the biggest, like,
Oh,
positively judged Kashaf,
okay.
where he had previously negatively judged Sara for कि जब उसकी शर्ट का बटन टूटता है और सारा को वो
Hmm.
वापस सीना नहीं आता,
हाँ,
उसको ये मसला होता है, पर जब कश्यप को सीना आता है, he's like, oh wow, what a woman.
okay.
ठीक है.
हाँ.
उसके बाद you know he's always like same like अपनी like he's always had a problem with his mother. Okay, you know she's too outgoing, she's always out of the house, she needs to be looking after the family. Why didn't she give more attention? The father also, given the amount of money that the Junaid family had, clearly the father did also work his ass off.
Hmm, okay. Yeah.
But that is not a problem because वो तो मर्द है और मर्द कर सकता है.
Okay, fair.
ठीक है. But the fact that he would always put down his mother as
Hmm.
being a horrible mother, that didn't like go down well with me.
Yeah, I mean, you can have problems, but you don't have to be rude about it also.
Exactly.
Huh.
I need to look at my points again. रुको ना जरा.
You've come with ammo, dude. You've come with
Yes.
ammo and you ambushed me. But I'm not like I still remember Zaroon and Zindagi Gulzar Hai because I've seen it enough times.
Okay. Okay. Um, there's a lot of points where he would tell Sarah how to dress up, he would tell Amara how to dress up, and he
Okay.
would always, in a way, just be maintaining higher ground,
Hmm.
higher moral ground.
Hmm.
जहाँ पे उसके कुछ डायलॉग्स में से कुछ उसके ख्यालात कुछ ज़्यादा ही तकियानुसी थे.
Hmm.
इवन फॉर द 2014 एरा
Hmm.
वो एक बहुत ही मिडीवल थिंकिंग से आ रहा था इनटू like I just felt like it was a very bad example to set for the
Okay.
audience where because
Huh.
up to 80% dramas or more 80% आपकी viewership खवातीन है.
Huh.
So if you constantly, by the way, your hair looks really nice.
Thank you. Go on about Zaroon.
Sorry,
You
because I've
digress.
been staring at you while talking to you. So
Uh,
I'm just like, looks nice. So anyway, so I just lost my track of thoughts. Huh.
2014 के हिसाब से दक्यानूसी है ना. Okay, go on.
कि आप उन खवातीन को बता रहे हैं कि because छोटी-छोटी चीज़ों से शुरू होती है ना बात ये,
Huh.
कि अगर लाइक हाँ, एक औरत आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि मेन एंड वुमेन कि औरतें आर सुपीरियर टू मेन और मेन आर सुपीरियर टू वुमेन.
Hmm.
आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि एक लिमिट होती है
Hmm.
कि अगर आप और ऑब्वियसली लाइक आप बहुत चीज़ें फ़ॉलो करते हो जो आप टीवी पे देखते हो, राइट? तो
True.
अगर आप टीवी पे एक औरत को जैसे हमारे ड्रामों में बताते हैं कि सह लो,
हाँ,
रिश्ता मत खराब करो, इफ ही इज़
हाँ,
चीटिंग लेट हिम,
हाँ,
थप्पड़ मार रहा है खा लो।
हाँ.
And that's what that Taapsee Pannu movie I love.
I love that movie so much, but we'll talk about that
That one
another time.
dialogue should be the disclaimer on every Pakistani drama where she says, "Ek thappad hi to tha na." She said, "Nahi marna chahiye tha." Just
Exactly.
no. It men hitting women, women hitting men. Nothing justifies that.
Yeah. And if
Like,
people have not seen Thappar starring Taapsee Pannu, you should.
please watch Thappad. Um, by the way, I really like Taapsee Pannu, but that's a whole other discussion.
Me too, actually. But again,
Like,
another discussion.
yeah. Yeah. She also has a very sweet anecdote with Shah Rukh Khan, but later. Uh,
That party. I saw that too.
yeah. अच्छा तो मैं ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि अगर आप छोटी-छोटी बाहर से बाइक गुज़री है। आप गेस करें मैं कौन-से मुल्क में हूँ और आयशा कौन-से मुल्क में है अभी टू-डू-डू। हाँ, तो अगर आप औरत को इतना बताना शुरू कर देंगे कि एक मर्द शुड नॉट इवन बी केपेबल ऑफ स्टिचिंग हिज ओन बटन बैक ऑन्टू हिज शर्ट और अगर
Hmm.
वो उस बात पे मुँह बनाए तो ठीक है। तो औरत को लगेगा कि अगर उससे दूसरी बात पे मुँह बनाए वो भी ठीक है।
That is true, actually.
अगर
मैंने ये
वो
सोचा नहीं था ये बटन वाली चीज़, but it's a small thing, but
It's a
yeah,
very
the
small thing, but
implication.
it trickles down into like a
हाँ,
much bigger stream of
हाँ,
problems, right? कि
yeah.
अगर ज़ारून फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल कि हमारे ज़हन में
Hmm.
फवाद खान है। फवाद खान कुछ ज़्यादा गलत कर नहीं सकता।
But you swap him out for another person.
आप उसकी जगह किसी कम लाइकेबल इंसान को डाल दो।
Hmm.
Like there are some people
I
in
was
the
gonna say Ajay
industry
Devgan. You can't really.
सोचो अजय देवगन इन ज़िंदगी गुलज़ार है।
Yeah, but I know, I see what you mean.
लाइक आप उसमें उसको डाल दो Imran Ashraf को डाल दो. I'm not saying
Hmm.
Imran Ashraf is less likable. I'm
हाँ,
just saying Imran Ashraf has actively played roles where he's the protagonist, but roles where the protagonist is not meant to be liked.
but you know what? I have one point for that. तुम पहले finish करो because like Feroz Khan is always this guy who cannot like
Oh my.
who's just so horrible to the women, and somehow we are supposed to like forego all of it. But anyway, coming back to Zindagi Gulzar Hai, what
Oh,
were you
I have
saying? कि हाँ,
never appreciated, even before the whole Aliza fiasco,
हाँ,
I have
same.
Team Alize. I have never, ever, 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 ever liked him in a role.
Yeah, especially in one of these roles. I mean, it's just not. No, like
Like deal with your अभी मैं उनका what's his name you know the storyteller in Tamasha what's his name
I
Man
don't remember. No, I know who you're talking
Santosh
about.
Kumar no
No, 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 no. Piyush Mishra.
Piyush
हाँ.
Mishra was saying कि there is a term पिटा हुआ आशिक
Hmm.
but the पिटा हुआ आशिक in the previous generation was very different he was
Hmm.
harmless
Hmm.
but
He
the
was more
पिटा हुआ
harmful to
आशिक
himself.
that Feroz Khan portrayed was just a menace to
Abusive.
society,
Yeah, he was
abusive,
abusive. Yeah, exactly. Huh.
and abuse from either the man or especially the woman in a relationship.
Yeah. Not especially. Either man or woman. I
No,
have a
because I'll
problem with
tell you
you
why
saying
I say
especially.
especially. Because if a woman is abusive in a relationship,
Hmm.
80% will be like manipulation,
Okay.
20% will be physical.
Okay.
And if you flip it,
Hmm.
in a male abusive relationship, it'll be 20% manipulation, 80% physical.
Mostly, huh? If you, yeah.
And I feel like it is the manipulation that is harder to move on from in a way.
And to get out, like, and yeah, okay, to see basically.
To see, to
Yeah.
identify till it becomes
Ha.
so bad.
And ha, I agree. I agree. Huh.
So anyway, back to Zaroon.
Okay. Yeah.
Zaroon was 80%. Zaroon was 100% manipulation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he harassed Kashraf into marrying her in a way. Like, if you think about it,
Hmm.
he kept asking her, he kept stalking her in a way. And when she kept saying no to him, he involved Professor Abrar.
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, if it was somebody less good looking, it would have been an FIR, but in Zindagi Gulzar Hai, it was a love marriage.
That is true. Huh.
So, moving on to more
No,
problems.
no, I'm
In,
actually thinking, and it makes sense. Huh.
um, Zaroon, one thing that irked me about Zaroon was how he hated liberal women.
Hmm.
That Amara was too liberal. That
Hmm.
Sarah and his mother were too liberal. He married the most liberal slash liberated woman on that show, and one of the most liberated and liberal women to have come on in a Pakistani drama.
Huh.
Kashaf moved out of the house, stood up against an abusive father, saved, in a way, saved her own mother from an abusive relationship with the
Yeah.
father, broke her mother's cycle of abuse, stood. Why am I getting goosebumps? Oh my god, I love Kashaf. Went
Huh.
into a male dominated industry,
Hmm.
which is the civil services, made
Hmm.
a mark for herself, stood
Hmm.
shoulder by shoulder with all the men, kept getting promoted over them,
Hmm.
had a better position job than Zaroon at one point, where she had like ghar, gadi. If you compare like men and women in the civil
Ha.
services,
Ha. She was. Ha. Or
like
equal or same. I think,
equal,
although, like, I feel
exactly.
like
Yeah.
one of them did a master's or something. I don't know. One was a couple of years behind, or like a year behind, or something.
Yeah. And I feel like, and then she was living by herself.
Yeah.
She was a field officer.
Hmm.
She was educated. She was
Ha.
outspoken. I don't think there have been many more liberal characters, more liberal
And in
than
a way, she
Kashyap.
didn't take his shit.
She didn't take his shit.
She didn't take his shit actually. Huh.
So who's more liberal than an Amara or a Kashaf?
Yeah. But वही बात है ना कि हमारे यहाँ liberal is not liberal in thought. Like, liberal means hanging out with boys and wearing a certain
Then
kind of clothes. Yeah.
exactly. So
Like,
I
हम
feel like,
लोगों ने liberal thought को actually, like, yeah, Kashyap is the most liberal person on that show.
and Zaroon
हाँ.
kept saying, "You're too liberal. इतनी liberal नहीं अच्छे होते. Mama, you're so liberal. Sarah, you're so liberal. Amara, you're too liberal for me."
हाँ.
But he kind of like messed up. I'm not saying Fawad messed up. Zaroon messed up
हाँ.
the concept of being liberal and
Yeah.
added fuel to the liberal ek gali hai
In a
conversation
way, हाँ.
in
In
in the Pakistani dictionary.
हाँ, completely. And I think, like, obviously, we say Zaroon, but the writers also of the show generally,
Yeah, for sure. That's
they
what I'm saying.
kind of,
It's
they,
Zaroon the character.
yeah, they literally, and okay, so what Zaroon was saying was labeling as liberal and calling out in all instances. Like, some of those things were problematic in the sense that, if, for example, your better half, or if, your even if your friend or sibling doesn't like a particular person, you don't go and hang out with them and then turn around and say, you know what, like, I don't care what you think of them, I'm gonna go and hang out with them in any case.
Hmm.
ठीक है? So that वो I agree with Zaroon on that, ठीक है? But Zaroon उसको liberal versus non liberal लेता है, Whereas I
Hmm.
would think of it as more of a, like, are you like basic level considerate to your partner
Yeah.
if you're making those decisions, right? Or for example, आप you go AWOL, आप ऐसे ही चले जाते हो कहीं पे, and for example जैसे सारा, जैसे फरहान या सारा, I don't know, like she says कि मैं क्यों पूछूं, या मैं क्यों, like घर से निकलने से पहले या क्या, like a better way could have been like, and that's where I feel like some of the other writers do a slightly better job, rather than saying कि, oh, how dare you leave the house without asking me, उसकी बजाय कि, हाँ, but अगर बता के चली जाओ तो it's easier, तो I don't worry then where you are.
That's it.
हाँ, like it's, मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि उनको परमिशन लेनी चाहिए अपने हस्बैंड से निकलने से पहले, but tell them, give them notice, and in any case, like, and they should be doing the same thing, right? They shouldn't
It's
also just like
dropping a message so your family member knows where you are, not
exactly, and
to
I
keep an
think
eye on you, but just you and I
for
are in different
safety.
countries.
Yeah. And we will still like kind of say, oh, I'm gonna go do this or go do that or whatever, because, you know,
Because A, it's nice knowing where the other person is. A.
yeah,
B, it's always like if you have told Abu where you are,
huh,
and if I say, oh, I'm just gonna call her, he'll always be like, oh no, she's at the gym or she's somewhere, she's in a meeting, don't call her right
huh.
now.
Exactly. So I mean like, but they kind of made it that only the women are doing it and the women have to do it. I feel
Yeah,
like वो concept गलत नहीं था, but the way they kind of like, packaged it, I disagreed with that. But I
yeah.
don't disagree with, knowing or, telling your partner where you're going and not hanging out. Like, if your partner does not like somebody,
Hmm.
then, kind of avoiding
I
hanging
think
out
that
with
is
them.
the biggest thing कि अगर आपके partner को, because once you're with somebody,
Huh.
they become a big part of your life.
Exactly. You can't say I will continue being like, exactly how I am, take it or leave it.
Yeah. And
Huh.
because you have to go home to that person. You can't
Exactly.
always be, and that's your person, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to be going, and this goes for both guys and girls. You
Huh.
don't go out of your way to make your life with your partner bitter.
Exactly.
Like आपको क्या फायदा मिलेगा इससे, like a fun coffee with a friend as opposed to, like going to bed in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, and I mean also the other thing is that, it could even be like, Zaroon or uske case mein, it's like, okay, oh, always he has a problem with Amara and co hanging out with guys. But it's not always like, in real life, it could even be like another girl, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like obviously maybe, then there is some like judgment that needs to take place, in the sense that if your husband or your wife is saying you don't meet anybody now, that's it, अब like, अब तो मेरे साथ तो अब तुम किसी दोस्त को किसी को नहीं मिलोगे,
I have so
versus
much
saying,
gossip for you regarding somebody we know, but go on.
okay, you can tell me later.
On that
But
note,
on that note, so
no, I'm saying on that note, I have a very,
I know, I've
yeah,
already made a
okay.
mental note to ask you afterwards, don't worry.
Huh?
I've already made a mental note to ask you afterwards.
This is more of a mental for myself. अगर हम सिर्फ 11 होते तो हमारे भी फैन कैम्स बन रहे होते हैं इस वक्त कि ओ मैसेज कर रही है शायद तुम anyway um I
Are
like
you
Sid
actually
Kiara.
messaging somebody
No,
in
no,
the
no,
middle
no,
of
no.
the city? Okay.
I was making another mental note and also about this. I was making an actual note. So
Huh.
one thing that also kind of didn't sit well with me was, given that we've established that Zaroon and Kashaf were two equal um, no, colleagues, counterparts in the civil services, Zaroon didn't even offer that he would move to where Kashaf is posted. It was just understood कि शादी के बाद कशफ इस्लामाबाद मूव करेगी.
Oh, I know the answer for that. I
Okay.
don't think it's Zaroon's fault, because Zaroon was in the foreign service और उनका सिर्फ इस्लामाबाद में ही हो सकता है. Islamabad में या लाहौर में
Agreed.
या Karachi
Okay.
में.
Okay.
Kashaf was like she was
Oh,
in a
Team
different group.
Zaroon
Like
coming back.
yeah, no. She was in like DMG or something. She could be anywhere.
Yeah.
That's why Zaroon had to be in Islamabad.
Okay, moving
I
on.
feel like I'm
Zaroon.
like Zaroon's defender here. I'm not. I'm just like giving some context.
Yeah, yeah. No. Context is necessary. Contacts are also necessary. Anyway, um, so Zaroon
Huh.
did not believe in the concept of space.
Okay.
Opening her mail was the final straw.
Huh.
However,
Hmm.
Kashaf lived a life where she had to do everything herself.
Huh.
A to Z. If she had a problem in her life, she knew no man would come to save her. She had to do it herself.
Hmm.
If she had financial issues with her boring as mother, Beta,
Oh my God,
Beta,
you're so
let
mean.
me let me give
Oh
you
my
some
God, you're
fazul ka
so mean.
wisdom.
You're so mean, Sarah. Okay, go on.
Listen, she's.
I like her character.
I have a whole other Auntie Rafia bashing video ready.
Okay.
Um, she was just Abel mujhe maar. More like
I know what
Wasim
you
mujhe
mean.
maar.
Okay, go
Oh,
on.
you abused me all my life. ये लो लो दूध फालूदा पियो.
Yeah.
So, oh no, you abused me. You left me. Oh no, let me raise your son and teach him. Anyway, बाप है
Anyway.
बेटा, बाप है. बाप को ऐसे नहीं कहते बेटा. Anyway, so when Kasha essentially, so he never tried. He had a mold. He had a checklist.
Hmm.
Kashaf ticked all the boxes. So
Huh.
he says, "Mummy, mujhe ye wali chahiye." Mummy said,
Huh.
"No," but he still got ye wali.
Huh.
He never looked beyond that. He never looked at Kashaf's story per se, like not her story, but why she was the way she was. He never, and I'm coming back to the space point. He never saw the facets of her personality and said, "Okay, okay, like yeah, I do appreciate them because not just because these are the characteristics I wanted in a wife, but also that maybe a lot of that, a lot of Kashaf's personality came from a lot of suppressed trauma as well.
Hmm.
So when Kashaf refused to share the fact that yes, her family had financial trouble, that she had to take a loan from an outside source, she wanted to do it herself because she's never a had the क्या कहते हैं?
Support.
No, not the support, the liberty, not the liberty, there's another word, the privilege of support, and neither has she ever sought support.
Okay.
ना उसको
Yeah.
वो एक प्रिविलेज एक्सटेंड हुआ था, लिबर्टी
Huh.
एक्सटेंड हुई हुई थी कि अगर वो मांगती
Huh.
भी तो वो किससे मांगती, अपने वालिद, उन्होंने अपने बाप से घर की छत गिरी, कुछ हुआ था जो पैसे मांगे
Huh.
थे.
They were being yeah. They were being हाँ कुछ था.
They were being evicted
Yeah.
and the father said, oh मैंने तो अभी ऊपर का पोर्शन डाला है so I can't.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
So for her every door was shut.
Huh.
But he kept insisting to her कि नहीं मुझे बताओ, I will be your savior, मुझे बताओ, मुझे बताओ, मुझे बताओ, मुझे बताओ, to the point where she would get annoyed. And it would cause rifts in in their relationship.
I agree completely. Go on,
Yeah.
finish your thing first. Finish your
Mm.
point first, and then I'll.
And he constantly wanted to like just handle her issues for her
Huh.
without having a talk with her, without actually holding her down and saying, I'm here to like take at least half your burden away,
Hmm.
without telling her where he's coming from,
Huh.
without very much seeing where she's coming from. He just wanted to step in, as his medieval man savior me hero role, and I it was coming from a place of love,
Hmm.
but it was very misguided.
I feel like, most people will be like that, will not try and understand why somebody is like that. I think this is a new thing now where we're aware of, where our personalities or where these things are coming from. I feel
Yeah,
like till the generation of our parents, and even like till the generation that's 10 years older to us,
yeah.
these things didn't exist. These this awareness कि कोई
Hmm.
कोई ऐसा है तो क्यों है, there must be a reason, क्या बात है, आप बात करके पूछ सकते हो, you can try and figure out, and all of these things, like ये नहीं थे. People were either very pleasant or very difficult or okay, or it was just like that.
But
This whole thing
Zaroon
of like,
wasn't from that generation, was he? The writer was.
yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, so Zaroon is not from that generation, but even the generation like that's 10 years older, which even Zaroon was, right? Like 10 years ago, we were children, and Zaroon was like, they were shown to be like older, like, getting married and stuff at that point.
Yeah,
So I feel like जो वो generation थी, वो आज भी नहीं पूछती, by the way. Like, I'm sure, like, अगर हमसे कुछ 10-15 साल बड़े होंगे, उनको ये नहीं पता होगा. Maybe, like, with time you find out about, like, each other and all of that. But,
yeah.
it's funny actually. Like, these are the things we should be teaching our next generation
And please,
and
you guys,
ourselves.
if there's any mothers watching this, please stop teaching your kids Pythagoras' theorem and teach them this.
Yeah. Or
This
teach them
has
both.
more utility.
Pythagoras theorem is quite it's
Blah.
it's exa it's examined a lot in school. Yeah.
Okay. And then my biggest contention with Zaroon was he used to check Kashaf's phone
Yeah, that's not nice.
and open her mail.
That's not nice.
It's
I
not
mean,
nice at all.
yeah, yeah. More than privacy, it's trust.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that she trusted him enough to leave her phone lying around.
Huh. Also,
And
like, go on.
mhm.
Like, it's one thing to pick up somebody's phone when they're sat next to you and say, "Okay, oh, मुझे phone दिखाना है." My phone is not on me. But it's
Mhm.
another thing कि जब कोई बंदा bathroom में गया हो, या she'd gone to the bathroom when he was checking पीछे से.
Yeah, he was checking. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, 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 to
using her
try and do
phone.
something like that, and then like to pretend as if देखा नहीं है. So I think वो छुप के करने वाली चीज was like, yeah,
Not nice.
yeah, he needs to trust her more.
Yeah. Then, coming back to your original point, where Zaroon went behind Kashaf's back and met Amara and gaslit Kashaf, और उसने कशफ को भी ये बोला कि blah blah blah, तुम बहुत overreact. Don't you think you're overreacting? लेकिन वो ongoing था. वो अभी भी he was in touch with Amara. और
हाँ.
जो उनकी शादी रिश्ते से पहले हुआ था, जब उसामा ने कश्यप को पूछा था कि मैं तुमसे शादी करना चाहता हूँ, and she turned him down. If Kashaf eventually left the house, a pregnant Kashaf left the house because of that fight. And also, which also brings me to my next point, कि Zaroon hated admitting that he was wrong at any point. Zaroon तो कभी like गलत नहीं कह सकता, तो वो उसके पास भी नहीं गया. She was pregnant. लेकिन वो जब ज़ारून की गलती की वजह से उसने घर छोड़ा और वो अपनी अम्मी के घर आए, पर उसको ख्वाब में आया कि ज़ारून उसको ये तलाक के पेपर लाया है. फिर उसने ज़ारून को कॉल की कि मुझे लेने आ जाओ. बट ज़ारून अगर वो कॉल ना जाती तो प्रोबेबली ज़ारून ना आता. वी डोंट नो दैट.
Hmm.
तो आई डोंट थिंक आई एम हिज बिगेस्ट फैन.
Hmm.
मुझे
I don't have
एनिवर्स
anything to
कैसा है?
defend him on that one. Not that I was
क्या?
defending him on the others. I don't have anything which can exonerate him even partially on that one.
या
That was
तो
just
यही
that.
है कि but my other thing, okay, so before we end my long rant against Zaroon, कि Zaroon wasn't nice to her during university for a
He
very long
wasn't.
time.
He
Whether it was
wasn't.
peer pressure, whether it was anything, whether it was just Zaroon being
He
Zaroon
was
and
the one
Zaroon.
putting peer pressure on Osama to not be nice to her.
Exactly.
हाँ,
क्योंकि कश्यप से उसकी ईगो ब्रूज होती थी।
हाँ,
कश्यप को उसने जस्ट बिकॉज़ उसने कहा था कि मैं तुम्हारे जैसे मर्द से कभी शादी नहीं करूँगी।
हाँ,
He just like bullied her during university,
yeah.
and I just don't think that it's nice because there is a point where she also overheard him saying this to Amara and Osama कि मैं सिर्फ उससे इसलिए अच्छा बन रहा हूँ because I eventually want to get back at her for bruising his ego.
Hmm.
So maybe Zindagi is not so gulzar.
Huh.
Maybe Zaroon is an asshole. We don't know that,
Yeah.
but maybe
I think maybe
I,
that should be the title of the podcast.
Zaroon is an asshole.
No.
I don't mind.
Something along those lines. But I'll tell you what, I think the university phase was a bit of a mean girls phase,
Hmm.
but it romanticizes this concept that you can be RC to somebody and then just turn around and be a good person to them, or try and say, oh, I was a bad person, then so you should also forgive and forget and all of that stuff. Like, I think it just
Hmm.
kind of like, yeah, it doesn't really. I think they kind of like they didn't really address it.
Because I think end पर उसके सिर्फ क्या like there was no redemption arc for Zaroon.
There was
Like no, what was Zaroon's redemption arc?
that he had given her confidence and taught her how to receive love.
No, but that was just like those 2 minutes right at the end of the show.
I think even that part where they have that song, the title song, and all of that, I think they had like a good period as well before all of these things started cropping up, like trust issues and all of that stuff. I mean, okay, maybe it was the last 4 minutes of the show.
Where वो ही ना कि
Maybe that was
शायद
the
Zaroon
redemption
था
arc.
when they have this weird looking twins that who don't look like they're either of their kids, which who they're not.
Yeah,
But hello, Mr. Casting
but
Director.
still better casting than Harim in Humsafar. But go on.
क्यों आयशा आप हरीम को ढोल नहीं दिलाएंगे?
Don't go there.
Mahira and
She
Fawad
was like
style saying
Yale
ढोल.
graduate.
What?
Yale graduate Ashar Hussain, the most well-spoken killer.
And
Yeah,
their daughter.
they did them like, yeah, but it's the director's, like, it's the director and the casting director, like, who has to correct that, right? It's not the poor child's fault. Like, she's just a child.
But the poor child was also fed Maggie with ketchup by Mr. Usher
Oh.
Hussain. Anyway, this is not a
When she
Humsafar
had
video.
a heart problem.
This is not a hum.
Talk
When
about
she
like
had a heart
unhealthy food
problem.
choices. Exactly. Like, dude, feed her something nutritious. Not like noodles with ketchup. Oh my god.
This is
Like,
not a Humsafar video.
acha,
Sorry for
sorry,
getting
sorry, sorry,
sidetracked.
sorry. Sorry, sorry,
No.
sorry.
पर आप फिर भी हरीम को ढोल नहीं दिलाएंगे?
But I'll tell you one thing. I think with all its flaws and problems, is it an enjoyable watch?
जिंदगी गुलजार है?
Yeah.
I think everyone's already watched it, so. No,
But
okay,
like,
so
huh?
as a viewer,
Yeah.
it's probably one of my least favorite dramas because I feel like बहुत ही boring था.
Okay.
I like those sweet, cute Asher Khairad moments in the middle with Jhule
Not
Wala.
Asher Khairad ones, but like Zaru. Kashaf Khan.
The,
But yeah, go on.
the Zaroon Kashaf moments were झूले वाला and all, वो
हाँ,
cute थे.
हाँ.
But again, he didn't understand that she didn't like physical touch.
I think if you like, they were so I because I remember reading like lots of comments and stuff where a lot of women were like, we were in Kashaf's position and her strength gave them strength.
Hmm.
So I think like it was empowering for a lot of people because of that.
मेरे बाल बहुत ही पेंडू लग रहे हैं. अच्छा हाँ, sorry. It's your fault. I asked you if I should straighten my hair. खुद तो हसीन बन के आ गए और मुझे तुम जेन फोंडा
But मुझे
एरोबिक्स वाले बालों के साथ आए हो.
but I think like your hair looks nice.
Sure.
But in any case, um, what was I saying? Zindagi Gulzar Hai. Yeah, okay. Okay, if I had to ask you, would you recommend people watch it?
I would.
If there is one person on the planet who hasn't watched it, should they watch it?
If what?
If there is that one person on the planet who hasn't yet watched Zindagi Gulzar Hai, should they watch it?
I would, and I would urge them to skip Rafi Auntie's part. बाप है वो बेटा बाप है.
On that note,
नहीं देखने मुझे गन्ने के खेत.
on that note, do you have any last words to add
Yeah,
on this?
sure. Now that you've मैं इतना बोली ना यूज पूरी वीडियो में.
That's such a lie. Oh my god. But go on, okay. I only spoke when asked for my opinion.
Sorry. I was trying to convert you into an anti-Z. Um, but the thing is कि I would really urge जो 27-28 लोग ये वीडियो देखेंगे यहाँ तक उनको
Go on.
तहे दिल से ये अर्ज करना चाहूंगी कि जब कोई कैरेक्टर आता है टीवी पे उसको इतना मत रोमांटिसाइज करे कि आपको वैसा ही बंदा चाहिए बिकॉज टीवी पे फिल्म पे देयर इज अ रीजन व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड द शो बिजनेस because a lot of it is for show. A lot of it is 29 30 31 एपिसोड बाद वो शो खत्म हो जाएगा वो साइकिल ऑफ अब्यूज खत्म हो जाएगा लेकिन for women who are willing to put up with somebody's and I hate आजकल की जो trending terminologies होती हैं like toxic or narcissistic and stuff but if a woman is willing to put up with a man's or a man is willing to put up with a woman's narc characteristics they're not going to end after 31 episodes वो पूरी जिंदगी रहेंगे तो खुदारा प्लीज अब मैं आपके पाकिस्तानी ड्रामा वालों की तरह बात करना चाह रही हूँ खुदारा प्लीज अलम आप तो देख रहे थे को तो पता था सब कि जो भी आप अपनी जिंदगी में पार्टनर ढूंढे प्लीज मेक श्योर कि वो बैलेंस्ड हो उसमें अगर कोई ऐसी बात है जो आपको नहीं अच्छी लग रही जो आजकल के बच्चे रेड फ्लैग्स कहते हैं
Hmm.
उसकी जांच पड़ताल करें अगर आपको लगता है कि उस इंसान को बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा आता है या कुछ आता है तो आप प्लीज देखें कि इज दैट लाइक वो उस गुस्से के साथ करता क्या है because gussa is a natural emotion but what you do with that is your choice is
Hmm.
that person willing is that person shutting you out completely like Zaroon did to Kashaf क्या आपको बिल्कुल ये एक नुक्कड़ लगा दिया है अपनी लाइक आप अपनी माँ के घर आए हुए तो आपको मुंह भी नहीं लगाना या वो इंसान को थोड़ी देर बाद अपनी गलती का एहसास होता है वो उसको तस्लीम कर लेता है तो these are things that the drama creators are not going to show you वैसे मैं ज्यादा बोलती नहीं हूँ अभी मैं ज्यादा बोल रही हूँ
No, but you actually like, I'm actually like, this point. I really love that you're saying this because I feel like nobody has said this till now, and I'm really happy that you are. So
इसको ना कट करके इंस्टा पे डाल देंगे जिंदगी
Okay.
But
No, no, but
again,
actually, huh?
huh. So that's all I basically want to say. कि don't romanticize because honestly like आपको कितने को फवाद जैसी शक्ल वाले मिलेंगे सड़क पे.
Huh.
The what men don't have in looks, they have to make up for in personality.
Okay.
To make sure that and women, Mahira
Yeah.
Khan और Sanam Saeed भी कितनी को मिलेंगी आपको. तो
Hmm.
just make sure कि अगर आप ज़ारून और अशर जैसी क्वालिटीज़ या कशफ और खिरत जैसी क्वालिटीज़ ढूँढ रहे हैं लोगों में, तो वो क्वालिटीज़ हों एंड यू आर नॉट जस्ट गेटिंग ब्लाइंडेड बाय द फैक्ट कि उन्होंने कपड़े अच्छे पहने हुए हैं या वो बहुत वेल ग्रूम्ड हैं. बिकॉज़ यू नीड टू सेपरेट द कैरेक्टर फ्रॉम द एक्टर. और आपकी ज़िंदगी में कैरेक्टर और एक्टर दोनों आएँगे. इसलिए
I love this. I love this ending. I don't think you could have said anything better to, kind of दरिया को you've done an amazing job at, basically like what the point of this whole thing was. So thank you for that.
2 words from you.
I don't have anything more better than what you've said to add. So all I'll say is, for those who are watching, share what you think about Zaroon and Kashaf and the drama as well.
And
आपके भी
Rafia auntie.
I we would like to see कि आपका क्या point of view है इस सब के बारे में. We want to do more of these videos where we are really like talking through characters and movies and dramas as well. So we'll only be able to do that if we see any kind of like real response from you guys. So if you guys have any things to add, please do in in the
हमारे
comments.
व्यूज़ वापस ला दो प्लीज़.
And thank you for watching if you are watching till this point. And we will see you in the next one where we will
Even
take
if
on
you're not
another
watching till this point, हमें आपस में बातें करने का इतना मज़ा आता है तो it's fine.
on
हम
that
और
note.
बनाएँगे.
On that note, like, share, and subscribe to Orange Wall TV.
I know
And
जून
we
का
will see you in the
महीना है
next
but
one.
something's hot here. अल्लाह मियाँ हमारी ज़िंदगियों में आसानी पैदा कर.
Oh my God, Sarah.
I love her. I really do love Amna Sane.
What is sidetrack? What is this digression? I
I
actually
like
really like her as well. I think she makes a lot of sense on a lot of things.
she really, I
Uh, and
genuinely,
she speaks her
genuinely
mind.
like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think like I align with her way of thinking on most things that she says. So, shout
Something
out
really is
to
hot
you.
here.
Okay, on that note, take care, you guys. We will see you in the next one. Khudafis. Bye bye.